Good morning. I am quietly walking around this morning at the Troutbeck property in Amenia, New York, while everybody's still sleeping in the home, and I'm just taking it in. Like, I decided I needed to record my own thoughts because they're just racing, and I'm just still almost like it's a fantasy. But this is real. I am at Troutbeck. It was at one time the home of the Spingarns, who were very instrumental in the foundational establishment of the NAACP, although they're not the founders per se. Here at Troutbeck, there's a strong history of them hosting two major conferences, 1916, I believe in 1933, here in Amenia, New York. And this place is magical. It was a safe place. It was a place that Mr. Joel Spingarn and Amy Spingarn, who owned the property, used as a catalyst to bring people together for conversations that were very difficult to have. They were very active in the civil rights movement in general and the humanity of all people, particularly Black people. They were Jewish descendants, and Joel Spingarn served as NAACP president and treasurer for many years of the NAACP. But this place is magical, and I just want to, I'm thinking about standing in the place. There's a couple of things going through my mind. I'm going to first tell you about the history of people removed from me that I know of, and then I have to parallel that with my own family's history here. So you had great thinkers and philosophers and leaders who would go on to shape our judicial system, help shape the political landscape, arts, poetry, philosophy. You had W.E.B. Du Bois. You had Langston Hughes. You had Thurgood Marshall was on this property at one time, and we believe that he stayed here for a while. There are different homes on the property of the estate. If you want to look it up, I can't explain it to you. It's called Troutbeck. And Amenia, New York, Amenia. And there's letters in here that from Martin Luther King Jr. that copies of it, but that Joel Spingarn created the Spingarn Medal Award for the highest achieving, I guess, African Americans' contribution in different areas of science or otherwise, and Dr. Martin Luther King was one of the recipients and wrote a letter to Joel Spingarn thanking him for the medal. Till this day, that medal is given out by the NAACP annually. I don't know if they're still doing it, but that was something that was set in motion by the Spingarns. I don't know. So I'm here for this conference. It's the Troutbeck Synposium, only first one, but a group of schools in the area. And this is like the Salisbury, Lakeville area where my family's roots are from. And they're having a 2-day conference, and my mother has a relationship with the Salisbury School, helping them learn and discover how to research African American history, genealogy, because it's a different way you have to do it. So they actually started this thought, not knowing that Troutbeck, some people existed in their backyard, right? How much history is in your backyard that you don't know about? And so when they found that out, they decided to look into it. And through project-based learning, the kids started to research and found out about this place and decided it was a story worth being told, particularly to the local area. And here we are a year later. The kids have put on the Troutbeck Synposium, and they all come together to present on the Troutbeck, its history, the owners, the women, the African Americans, all the people who were here who made this place what it is. So I'm in the library. I'm going to turn it around because I need you to see what I see. Let me see. It won't let me turn it around. Okay, so let me see. Okay, it's not letting me. So I'm going to turn this around and show you, for instance, in the library. These are the books in here. And the Spingards owned a publishing company. And so they published people like Langston Hughes. Oh my gosh. The books in here are absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I've already taken pictures of everything to make sure I have them all. Can you imagine that when they came to this property, that they would be in this library, maybe around a table at one time, because the place has been renovated, of course, but kept the original feel and architecture. Sitting around just talking over the fire and having conversation about what to do about the plight of the Black race, and coming up with ideas. And they didn't all agree on how to come together, but this place is what allowed them the opportunity to feel safe to discuss it. And I think in our world, we can learn a lot from the Amenia Conferences and Joel Spingard and all those who participated in doing so, making a safe space to respect one another's opinion, and come up with a common goal, and then we'll agree to disagree in order to move forward. We're so stuck because nobody wants to listen to anybody, and nobody wants to think of another option or another way, and so it doesn't move. Nothing moves. So I'm just in awe. So here's another side of the library right here. You can see the books. So there's some books of Spingard. He was, Joe Spingard was a horticulturist as well. The beautiful gardens here. Rock garden, wall garden. Just beautiful. And we've just been sitting here in the evenings and enjoying each other's company. So let me take you to, I'm going to stay on this for a while because I have to do this in separate pieces. But I'm just sitting here this morning contemplating the conversation. And then in the evenings, we've been having dinner. The presenters, my mom, myself, and some others. And the conversation is same theme, different place, of course. We've moved a long way. We've come a long way. But still some of the same reoccurring themes. But having conversation and thinking of ways to act, not just talk, but enjoying the company at the same time. Just to have a piece, a glimpse of understanding of what they must have experienced here. Quite amazing.